Bharatendu Harishchandra is known as the father of modern Hindi literature as well as Hindi theatre. He is considered one of the greatest Hindi writers of modern India. A recognized poet, he was also a trendsetter in Hindi prose writing. He was an author of several dramas, life sketches and travel accounts. He also used new media like reports, publications, letters to the editor, translations and literary works to shape public opinion. Writing under the pen name Rasa, Harishchandra represented the agonies of the people, country's poverty, dependency, inhuman exploitation, the unrest of the middle class and the urge for the progress of the country. He was also an influential Hindu traditionalist, using Vaishnava devotionalism to define a coherent Hindu religion. Biography: born in Banaras, Bharatendu Harishchandra's father Gopal Chandra was a poet. He wrote poems under the pseudonym Gurtwar Das. Bharatendu's parents died when he was still young, but they seem to have had an influence on him. Acharya Ramchandra Shaikara has described how Bharatendu went to the Jagannath temple in Puri, Orissa with his family in 1865, when he was merely 15 years of age. It was during this trip that he was influenced by the Bengal Renaissance and decided to bring the genres of social, historical, and Puranic plays and novels into Hindi. This influence reflected in his Hindi translation of the Bengali drama Vida Sundar, just 3 years later, in 1868. Bharatendu devoted his life to the development of Hindi literature. In recognition of his services as a writer, patron and modernizer, the title of Bharatendu was conferred on him at a public meeting by scholars of Kashi in 1880. Reputed literary critic Ram Vilas Sharma refers to the great literary awakening ushered in under Bharatendu's leadership as the second story of the edifice of renascent Hindi, the first being the Indian Rebellion of 1857. Bharatendu Harishchandra made major contributions in the field of journalism, drama, and poetry. He edited the magazines Kavi Vachan Saja in 1868, in 1873 Harishchandra magazine, Harishchandra Patrika and Balvodhini. He was a member of the Chowdhury family of Varanasi belonging to the Agrawal community, and his home there is still in use. His ancestors were landlords in Bengal. He had one daughter. He wrote the widely mentioned history of the Agrawal community. The Ministry of Information and Broadcasting of India gives Bharatendu Harishchandra awards since 1983 to promote original writings in Hindi mass communication. Hindu traditionalism: according to Barbara and Thomas A. Metcalfe, Bharatendu Harishchandra is considered an influential example of Hindu traditionalist in North India, typifying continuity with received tradition and self-conscious participation with the modern world. He was typical of those Indians who engaged with Western institutions and learning. They refused to leave authority over religion to Brahmins who were traditionally educated. He used new media, especially publications, to shape public opinion. He used Vaishnava devotionalism to define a coherent Hindu religion, with a base in the Kashi Dharma Sabha, started in the 1860s by the Maharaja of Benares as a response to more radical Hindu reformist movements. Harishchandra insisted on the value of image worship and interpreted bhakti as devotion to a single god. This was in response to Orientalist and Christian critiques of Hinduism. Major works in drama: Bharatendu Harishchandra entered in theatre activity as an actor and soon became director, manager, and playwright. He used theatre as a tool to shape public opinion. His major plays are Vaidiki Himsa Hitnsa Nabhavati, 1873, Bharat Dasha, 1875, the mythological classic Satya Harishchandra, that is, Truthful Harishchandra in 1876, Neel Devi, 1881, The Political Anda Nagari, that is City of Darkness in 1881, a popular play of modern Hindi drama and a political satire. Translated and performed in many Indian languages by prominent Indian directors like B.V. Karanth, Prasanna, Arvind Gour and Sanjay Updike. Poetry: Bhagat Zauvagya, Prem Malika, Prem Madurai, Prem Tarang, Prem Pralap, Prem Fahalwari and Prem Zrawar, Holy, Aan Euro, 1874, Madnwakal, Rag Sangra, Varshavir Nod, Vinya Prem Pakasa, Follow Kargushare, Chandravali in 1876, and Croatian Karitra, a currency a yen florin a currency sha a yena, 1883, Uttarad Mal, translations. Harshes Ratnavali, Visakadatas Mudra Rakshasa, Vidya Sundar, from Bengali, Karpu Manjari from Prakrit, Shakespeare's Merchant of Venice as Durlab Bandhu, essay collection, Bharatendu Grnthaolly, 1885, couplets. The following two rhyming couplets are taken from his famous poem, A yen florin a currency a yen a. The poem has 10 couplets in total. The poet asserts the importance of using mother tongue as a medium of instruction conversational and educational. A currency a currency a yen a currency a yen. Currency yen currency yen 4 currency currency yen currency currency yen currency currency yen 4 currency currency a yen currency a currency yen a currency currency yen a currency yen currency 4 yen yen a currency yen yen currency sha for 4. Translation: Progress is made in one's own language, as it the foundation of all progress. Without the knowledge of the mother tongue, there is no cure for the pain of heart. Many arts and education infinite, knowledge of various kinds should be taken from all countries, but propagated in one mother tongue. References. External links: Bharatendu Harishchandra at Kavitakosh, Plays of Bhartendu Harishchandra at Gadayakosh, Bharatendu, Poetry by Bharatendu, Bhartendu Nathu Academy, Find biography, poems, drama, and other writings of the Bhartendu Harishchandra. A currency a currency a yen florin a yen a currency a yen a currency a yen a currency sha currency a yen currency a yen euro a currency sha a currency a currency a currency sha anhad kritai.